Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. If you don't know me, I love makeup even though I don't have the skills for it necessarily, but I love putting shit on my face, and not literal shit though, but I love putting stuff on my face and creating crazy looks, boring looks, basic, weird, all sorts of that stuff. I just love makeup. And today we're going to be doing the random eyeshadow challenge. Well, I'm on this Facebook group for Colourpop fanatics, and recently, not too long ago, they started posting about this random eyeshadow challenge where basically you randomize the eyeshadow colors by numbers or their names, and then you work an entire look based on those 3 eyeshadows. I think this challenge is easier for those who are doing it on a palette that is colored themed. So if it's like a red themed eyeshadow palette or something like that, it's definitely going to be much easier to mix the colors. But I decided to, you know, really test out my skills. I am going to go in with my Colourpop Build Your Own palette. Now, why I picked this palette is because 1, I love the colors, and 2, because it's extremely colorful. So because of how colorful it is, and you just never know what color I'll have to work with based on the randomization of this challenge. So what I did is I wrote the names of the eyeshadow colors that I have in my palette, and I'm going to pick out 3 different papers with the different names on it, and we'll see what I get. And the first color is Palooza. Okay, Palooza is this nice shimmery blue shade. It's definitely not an easy shade to work with because it is so blue and the rest of the colors are not blue at all, so it's gonna be a bit tough, but we've got this. And the second shade, let's see, Keep Scrolling. Okay, Keep Scrolling is this green shade. It looks green, but I've used this I think about twice now, and the color actually comes out a bit more yellow than green, especially when you start blending it in. It's extremely yellow, so I think this color will work well with Palooza as well. So let's see what the color is. And the last color, is Night Dream. That's my favorite shade. Night Dream is this black color shade, and it has very, very tiny but beautiful specks of glitter in it. It's quite mesmerizing if you look at it up close. So yeah, we've got our 3 colors picked out by random. We're going in with Palooza, Night Dream, and Keep Scrolling. So those are the 3 colors that I'll be using to create my look today. I feel like I'm in school again with this hairband. So let's start with primer. First, I'm going to be using the Studio Perfect primer by NYX Cosmetics. Personally, I think Smashbox is better, but this is really good for the price of it as well, because it is so light and it's not oily. I like it, I really do. Before we go with the eyeshadows, I'm just gonna quickly do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. Okay, so my eyebrows done, just your very basic bushy eyebrow look. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna put concealer on my eyelids, just because I do not have an eye primer, and I did prime my eyes, but I think with the colors that we're using, it'll be good to put on some concealer over the lids first. So out of these 3 colors that we have randomized, the lightest shade is this green shade, and then followed by the blue, and then this black shade. I really don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're just gonna try it out, and hopefully I don't look crazy lah. So okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with this shade Keep Scrolling and just put it across my eyelid completely because it is the lightest shade. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with the blue shade Palooza. It's actually a very nice bluish shimmer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go on both sides, inner and outer corner of my eyes. Personally, I feel for shimmery shades, it's better to pack it on to get that pigmentation before you start blending it in, because once you start blending it in, it kind of runs off the color. It doesn't look as pigmented as it should be. So now it's packed on. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of that shade onto a fluffy brush and just slowly blend it out. I'm actually quite digging this look. It's quite 70s feel, and I think my earrings kind of match it. So it's actually quite interesting. I like it. The halo part is done, and now we're gonna go in with the black shade. I'm not sure how I'm going to use it yet, but I'm thinking more of a smoky kind of glittery thing happening, because what's happening now with the blue and the yellowish green is already very pretty. I'm thinking if we're going with the black, it's gonna just drown it out. So maybe I will try a glittery smoky eye kind of thing. We'll see. Don't worry so much about this part. We can always clean it up with concealer after. So I'm going in with a slightly bigger fluffy brush and just blending it in even more. This reminds me a bit of Cleopatra's colors. I'm not sure how well my blending is. From here it doesn't look too bad, but I think it's actually quite shitty. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to clean it up, and with some concealer we're just going to conceal the bottom part. Okay, I'm just gonna go in and finish up my face before we go back and finish up the eyes. So instead of going for a full-on foundation, I'm just gonna go in with my concealer, because there's really no need for foundation all the time. I know for a lot of people foundation is crucial because you need to even out your skin tone and all that kind of stuff, but for me, thankfully, I do not have very uneven skin tones, so what I just do most of the time is just conceal my face, and nothing too heavy. And I'm just gonna go in and blend it in. Also, as you can see, it is a whole different setup. I can't decide on where I want to sit and do my makeup looks and videos. Sometimes I like the plain background because there's no distractions. But then the more I look at it, the more I'm like, oh my god, you're so boring, Nicole. Like, figure something out, right? Okay, concealer done. I'm gonna go in with my powder. This is the Stananda 3CE Natural Loose Finish Powder. You see, I'm one of those lazy people who just uses the pad and go in with the powder. For me, I feel like it sets my makeup and it kind of blends in pretty well, so I don't always use the brush, but I do use it when I need to. Okay, before we dust all of this away, I'm just gonna go in. Oh my god, I look crazy. I'm just gonna go in and finish the bottom lash, and then we are almost done. For the bottom lash, I think we're just gonna go in with the blue and green. I'm not gonna go in with the black because I think it will drown the entire look. Okay, so the bottom lash is done. I'm just gonna dust off all the excess powder. It's something different from what I normally do, so it's quite nice, not bad. Alrighty, let's move in and finish up the face before we move on and complete the look with eyelashes. So to finish up the face, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with some bronzing powder and just give my face a little bit more definition. For my blush, I'm just gonna go in with this cream blush. This is the Bear With Me Cheek Tint from NYX Cosmetics. Looking at this look, I am thinking of those like old TVB dramas that have, you know, those 70s vibe. Okay, so my face is done, and I'm just gonna finish up with some falsies. I am using this new falsies that I got, and I got this from Sunway Pyramid, the Asian Avenues place. This is a more natural looking eyelash. I'm gonna go off camera, put on my falsies, and we'll come back to finish up the look. Okay, so I went off camera and did my falsies, and I think they look pretty good. I tried to go and recreate a more milder version of a twiggy look with the bottle lash. I used individual falsies and put them on, and for the top lash, it's just very natural. I actually really like it. It's the kind of lashes you would use on a more daily basis and not so much for a crazy look, but I think it actually looks pretty good. So to finish the look, I'm going to go in with the highlighter as well as a lipstick. So I'm just going to go in with the lightest shade from this GLAM MULBERRY palette, and yeah, I'm just going to use it as a highlighter because why not? For lipstick, I'm just going to go in with the very simple matte shade. This is by Sofwanah Cosmetics. It's a local brand. This is in the shade Stellar. And we're done! It's so special, what feels when I'm with you. What do you guys think? I'm actually really liking this look. I didn't expect to like this look because at first when I started putting on the green and the blue, I was kind of like, am I really doing something that's good here, or I'm just gonna look crazy again? And I actually really like the whole final look. It actually looks quite cool, and I think the lashes do a pretty good job as well. You know, overall, I think this is a pretty cute look, especially if you're going to go for that 70s vibe, those like old school bright color vibe. You could also go with a bright color lip, but that's a bit too much for me. I prefer something more muted on the lips and not always with a bright color lip kind of girl. But yeah, I actually quite like this look. Let's get jiggy with it. If you guys like this look, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. It'll be very encouraging for me and to see your support. If you guys want to see more updates from me, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's all the same handle, and I'll leave the links all down below and all the products I've used today, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!